Hello and welcome to another how-to video, this time a 3 metre gazebo hub by Wanderer. We're going to start at the point of the poles already being inserted through the back of the tent and at the point of putting it up. Remember to like and subscribe and all that, and hope you enjoy.
Now you will need a little bit of muscle for this bit to get the silver end into the eyelet, so you just need to wiggle your way in and get it through there. The first couple of times may be tricky, but you'll find it gets easier and easier the more you do it. Now you'll probably find once you put your poles through that it's gone upside down on itself. All you need to do, don't panic, just get underneath it, grab the poles and just flick it until you get this shape again. Once you got that shape, you're pretty much good to lift it straight up onto the marquee. So once you got your poles through, all hooked in, like I said, hook him up and you're good to chuck it straight onto your marquee. Just something I want to mention to you all. Ensure that when you set it up and pack it down, that this is all undone. So otherwise you just create a big air seal inside the gazebo hub. So make sure when you pack it up, leave this door open. Then you'll find it'll collapse a lot easier. The air has somewhere to escape. And then when you go to set it up again, you're not going to have this big balloon effect when you go to lift up the marquee, the gazebo hub. Yeah, leave this door open when you go to pack it up, just to let all the air out. Similar with the swag and stuff, always leave things open like that. When you're collapsing anything down, tents and things, collapsing anything to go into a small bag, leave all the openings open, and that way the air has somewhere to escape. Sweet. Alrighty, so now that you got the poles around the right way, the next trick to do here is just attach it to the marquee. Now the easiest way I find is to put the center one in first, get it up behind that center arm. Hopefully you can see that, and the gazebo is not blocking it too much. Again, strap that up and around. Make sure they're going the right way to each other. Leave that under there. Remember, this is the only one where you sort of go underneath the bottom arm of the gazebo. Same again on this side, rinse and repeat. Go underneath again. And now your gazebo is actually attached, the gazebo hub is attached to the gazebo. Then you can line up your little velcro strap here. And again, this is just a little security safety strap. Do this one so it's not loose, so it's just sort of sitting on there. It's got a little bit of play in it, but it is a little bit loose, just so, basically that's in case this velcro strap gives way. It'll still catch on there. And again, the corners, like I was saying before, don't go underneath the bottom arm of this gazebo. Go up and under. You might have to tuck it under a little bit. Get that into there, pop that through. Hopefully you can see that. My arm's probably blocking the way. And you'll see that that sits in there just nicely. Pull a little tight, get that little drain happening. That's that side done. You can probably do the top velcro strap here at the moment. Won't hurt. There we go. And then move across the other side. Again, sometimes it's just easier to put that velcro tab in there. Put it on before you put this little strap in. There we go. And again, this far corner. Just like that corner there, don't go underneath the bottom arm. Go up and through just the top one to create that drain. If you don't have that drain that goes underneath the bars, then you've done it around the wrong way. That's the easiest way to explain that. Your velcros don't have to be overly tight, guys, just as long as they're on there. That one there as well. And then just do these two. Alrighty folks, with the straps on the Wanderer, 3 metre gazebo hub, on the outsides here, this is where a lot of people go wrong. You only put the strap up and over the top beam, not this cross member here. So only pull it up, and that allows you to pull up the gazebo hub onto the side and create that drain between the top of the marquee and the gazebo. As you come along, you'll find there's a velcro tab here, matches up with the Austrail one. Another little sort of safety strap here. Now these two in the center, they do go underneath this bottom bar, and that allows you to pull up, because obviously it's a bit higher, pull up the actual gazebo hub in the center, and you'll find that the center pole coming from the gazebo hub will sort of sit there just above this knuckle of this joint of the gazebo. It'll sit there just nicely. Again, you've still got that drain running through, coming along this way, another sort of safety support strap, and another velcro tab. And again on this end, same deal. Don't go down over this bar, just go up around the top bar and pull it through nice and taut. Don't go too tight, but just nice and taut. Obviously do the sides down to the end, and put a peg in the bottom corners. That'll help you with your zipper, keeping it nice and taut. And again on this side, one down in the corner, and then do up your 2 and 3 velcro tabs on the side. And that is how you attach it to the gazebo. With the straps at the end, make sure it's not going over this one. It will only attach to the top one as it loops around and pulls it underneath this. So it acts as a bit of a drain, and if the water comes down, the water will only go that way. With the guy ropes at the back, make sure you peg them down, make them nice and tight. Don't go too tight, but just nice and taut. Do all 3, even if it's going to be a fine sunny day. You never know when the wind's going to pick up, so just do all 3. And once you've got it all set, do the marquee first, attach it to the marquee first, and then do this section. Do this section last, because what you'll find is the back of the gazebo hub will move as you adjust it on the gazebo itself, on the marquee. So these won't be in final position until you get that top section across there, all attached to the gazebo. I'd also recommend pegging in these little corners here as well, in the center one, if you're expecting a bit of wind and a little bit of wild weather, just a little bit more added security. You don't need to do it, but I tend to do it anyway. It just gives you that peace of mind that this thing's absolutely not going anywhere. So you will need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 pegs at least for a full peg down setup of this gazebo hub. Just a little tip, guys. Put some little white tabs on your zippers. That way at night time you won't struggle to find them, and they'll stand out. You'll be able to see them at night time. Just a little trick. When using the gazebo hub, obviously with the windows, keep them open. If it's a nice sunny day, it does get very hot in the gazebo hub if you don't have that front window open. So keep these 2 windows open, or 1 window, whatever you want to do. But I suggest keeping them open. When you go to pack it down though, however, make sure that they're undone and just sitting like that. Otherwise it'll make packing it down a little bit more tricky. So it doesn't matter what order you put the poles in. As you can see there, I've just done it 2 separate ways. Now I'm just showing you this way as well. Again, they are pretty taut, so it will take a little bit of time to get that tension out. But there's no right or wrong way to get these poles in or out, or any particular order. You will notice that the poles are different lengths, so the 2 longer poles, they go on the cross beams, and the short one goes up the middle. Again, when you're setting it up, doesn't really matter which one you do first. I tend to find the 2 side cross beams to put them in first, and then you'll find that the center one will go in a little bit easier than doing it the other way around. But just be gentle with it, like all camping gear. Don't treat it too roughly and you'll be fine. You'll find this happens too quite a bit. You'll get little bits of the pole that will come apart as you pull it out. Just a little bit of a tedious thing, but it's not a big drama. Just basically wiggle it loose. So you let the pole come back through the slot, and you'll find it'll come back through for you, just like that. Happens all the time. It's just because of the lack of tension you've now got on the pole. So it just gets itself all caught up. You're not damaging anything in any way. It's just one of those things. Wouldn't say it's a design flaw, or anything like that. Like, it all still works, nothing's ripping, nothing's tearing. And there we go, it's out. Fold him up. Now, obviously the bag for these things, like all these camping things, is quite small. So you look at the size of that, you look at that and you think, how am I going to get that in there? Well, it's pretty simple. A little bit of care, a little bit of time, and you'll get it in there, no problems at all. The only thing that might be an enemy for you here is wind, especially if you're solo like myself. The wind can wreak absolute havoc. So, lay it out pretty much like a square. Or as close to a square as you can get. So you can see there, I've still got the door open, obviously. It's easily let all the air out. I haven't had to walk on it. I haven't had to do anything, really. You just fold this straight over. Again, it's not going to do any harm. What you've done, essentially, is created a square. Fold it over. Into the square shape. You can probably see where I'm going with this. Again, if you are by yourself and it's a windy day, this can prove tricky. But most of the time it's fine. And if you've got two people, heck, you're laughing. Absolutely laughing. All right. Then you jump down and go as tight as you can. And as you fold it and roll it, try and keep the sides from getting away from you. Kind of like a swag. Because again, the bag isn't that big, remember? Use a little bit of pressure, get that little bit of air out. Remember, it's not designed to be super easy. If it was super easy, everybody would go camping, wouldn't they? So you can see a little bit of air still in there. And as I roll it over, it all crunches away. Now you see lots of different ways people try and put things back into bags. There is a relatively easy way. I tend to stand things up and try and put one end, as I'm getting harassed by a couple of flies, one end in, so it's already in. And then tuck it in a little bit and just do up the zip a tiny bit. Then turn it up the other way. Essentially then what you're going to do is just crush it into the bag. I get harassed by the same fly. And there you go. She's just about in. Go away, fly. You will need to use a little bit of muscle. Now, still got to get the poles in there, don't forget. There we go. One more. Put your legs together like that. Grab the zipper. And turn him around. Do the other side. Again, clasp it together. Essentially, you're just trying to get rid of the air, guys. One gazebo hub. Done.
Well, there you have it, folks. 3 metre gazebo hub by Wanderer. A fantastic addition to anyone's campsite, especially if you've got a marquee and you're looking for a little bit of extra room. You can sleep in it, you can use it for storage for food, you can keep the kids in there to sleep in, all that kind of thing. Either way, a great addition to your camp. Remember to like and subscribe and all that kind of thing. And I hope this video was able to help you out. Alright guys, see you on the next one.